Hi, Teacher Jacqueline. I was thinking about a simple solution, and I thought I had a great idea. And I pulled up these 5 tabs here to show you my process in thinking that led to what I want to pose an idea to you. So this here is a comic that I drew. Probably about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It's the kind of comic you often see in South Korea, where people usually read comics on their mobile phones, and so the comics are adapted for the mobile phone, for scrolling on a mobile phone screen. So here, maybe I can just show you. Boop. All right, so now this, man, I'm not sure actually, but I think this might be the mobile phone view. So you're looking at it like this on a mobile phone. In China, a lot of people use mobile phones. Most of the traffic to, whatever content you create is going to be on mobile. This is a lesson that I recently created. I'm going to go ahead and send you the PDF. If you've ever looked at my lessons before, you know that they're multilingual. Boop. So you can click the language buttons here, these flags, to change the language. Another thing you might not know about my lessons is that they're kind of a narrative. They're kind of a conversation, but also a narrative. You could look at it like a conversation, a one-sided conversation that can be, built upon in a classroom. So, for example, my sister can't speak much, but she's always talking. Her name means dance. And this is a picture she drew. And this is just something that popped into my head. An octopus changes color in her sleep, and there's a YouTube video showing that happening. And we might talk about dreams or dreaming in color or whether or not you color. She's always coloring, and her mind is dancing, sometimes laughing. And I might tell a story about how sometimes she laughs. So you can see how it's kind of like it's meant to be a fluid, like a flow of a conversation, which the students can interact with through the teacher. One other thing I wanted to show you about this PDF is it contains links to outside resources. This here will link to whatever YouTube video, or this here will link to a folder in my Google Drive, which has some photos of just my week, maybe my dog or something I did or my homework or whatever, that I can talk about. So this is kind of like a link tree. If you've ever heard of that term, if you've ever looked at Instagram or like celebrity influencers or people like that will sometimes have a link tree which has lots of different links going to their Patreon page and their Discord server and their online store, and like if they want to share like 5 or 10 different links, then they can create this kind of vertical tree of links. And that's kind of what this is too, if you think about it, even though it's for a totally different purpose. It's this there are all these outgoing resources that you can click on. So I was looking at your video or your page here, and you really put a lot of work into these pages, and I want to preserve this work. And so I was thinking, what you're trying to do is kind of what a brochure is for. Brochure, like like a hotel brochure. If you were like a vacation in the Bahamas, like kind of brochure, you could pick up and read kind of a sales pitch, but also information that you could learn about whatever service or good that the brochure is about. Your shops kind of have that purpose. They inform and they engage and they sell through the words and everything. And you are kind of creating a narrative, showing your personality through this. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be like really better to do that in a PDF document that can act as a brochure? This I created. I created it just now. It's not by any means done, but it's meant to give you kind of a picture of what I'm thinking. This is a PDF document that I'm editing, and it's vertical. So it would be good for scrolling on the phone, right? And it's your shop. This could be your page, your payment page, but this could be your storefront, the PDF file that can contain links going out to, for example, this is a QR for your booking calendar. And you could even like put in the QR for the QR code graphic that we created. You could just paste that in here. And you'd have a chance all through here in the body of it to talk about what you want to talk about. Learn English because it's lively. Language is the vehicle for self-expression. And you can give instructions like go ahead and pay via the payment link and message me to this QR, which is my WeChat. And then you can also book a lesson on my booking calendar with this QR. And you could talk about the different offerings that you have and talk about who they would be best for. And the cool thing about this solution is not only does it give you the chance to preserve that narrative, but it also solves the problem, the technical problem that I was trying to solve, which is how to make a page, shareable and visible in China, so it loads and customers can look at it and not see other teachers, but just see their own teacher, and they can even check out and pay and book a calendly. These things that what am I trying to say? Anyway, so yeah, basically they solve those two. This could potentially solve those two problems. Give you a chance to express that narrative and personalize the experience for the customer, while also on my side making a very neat little link tree that can allow my pages to be separate and hidden and only linked to through a shared PDF. And also the fact that a PDF can be sent in WeChat and it can be shared very easily. And there's no problem as far as will it load behind the Chinese firewall, because it's a PDF on your local device. It'll load just as quick anywhere in the world, So this might be a really good way to share your service rather than well, anyway, I'll let you look over this video and think about it. And I'll also send you that lesson that I created.